up, everyone? It is your girl GELBEAUTY 7 here, aka Grace, and today, honey, we're gonna get into my Klarity Kosmetics purchase. So I ended up getting these 3 palettes. I bought the smaller version of the Eclipse palette because if you all remember one of my shades in this bigger one and see how small it is compared to the other one of the shades, and this one keeps breaking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just use this to make my singles when we do the ColourPop video or I remake palettes, because this one right here keeps shattering and breaking. As you can see, it's falling in other shades and whatnot. Like this was a matte shade, now it has like sparkle glitter in it because I had to keep pressing this shade. So I got a smaller one during the sale because I think this was 35% off or something. My girl Dr. Ash on her makeup does have a code with this brand, so you can use code Dr. Ash if you're interested in purchasing from them. But this is what it looks like. I can hold this one up because this blue shade right here is not broken. So that's what it looks like. Then I got the 2 new holiday ones. So I think this is Komodo is the name of this one. Don't quote me, it's hard to see the little writing on there. Oh, and the shade in this one came broken. So this purple shade right here is broken. It's raising up from the pan, even though they bubble wrapped the shit out of this. So I don't understand how this shade should have broken. And I think it's interesting that they like canceled my like protection plan with this these palettes, because I got refunded for the secure package, which I find interesting. So it's like, did y'all notice I already broken and that's why you canceled my secure shipment thing, because you don't have to give you another one or what? Now I'm feeling some type of way. Anyway, let's swatch the shade since it broke. And I have a shade like this similar in my collection in another palette. I don't know which palette it is, but it's just like a purple to pink to green shifting shade. So when I turn my hand this way, you can see like the pink purple shift. I don't know if you can, but I can. So I know I already have this shade in my collection. So I guess I'm not too irritated by the fact that it's broken, but I am so irritated it's broken because they wrapped it so well and it's still broken somehow. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I feel like I have a similar color story to this in my collection, and I just didn't think to pull it. So hopefully I'll find it when we do the reel. I don't know when the reel is gonna go up, child. I try to make sure it goes up before the new year, but you know I had to pull through palettes, and that's gonna take a little minute. I don't just be having palettes sitting out waiting for this. And since I ordered this on Black Friday and it just came today, it's like I didn't even worry about pulling and stuff because I didn't think it was gonna come in time. Anyway, this is Anaconda. This is what it looks like. At least none of these are broken. To me, it kind of gives like the Apocalypse and the Lily palette like combined. That's the vibe it gives me. Now my Lily palette isn't here, so I can't show it to you, but it's definitely giving me vibes like those 2 palettes combined, because they have some of these well, I guess not so much. Let's see. So y'all see this is Apocalypse and this is them, but you see what I'm saying when it comes to some of the colors, like the purples and the pinks and like the green shimmer shades. It doesn't have like the blues or whatever, but I feel like the Lily has some of these greens at the top, and then like the mint and like the orangey-ish shades that are in here. So that's why I was like, I feel like there's a combination between these 2. I don't know if you can pull these shades out or not though. I know with like, I think with their bigger ones you can, don't quote me, but I'm not sure about these smaller ones. But yeah, it's definitely giving me vibes of some palettes I have in my collection already, but unfortunately I don't have them to show to you here today because like I said, this literally showed up today. I guess we can show it up against the Aloha palette since it's actually already here and it's one of their palettes. So I'm not show it against that one, but I don't have anything else to show it up against. So I guess we'll show the last one, Anaconda, up against this. They don't look similar all, but that's what both of them look like, and I'll just show it against the other one too since they're here, we're here, everyone's here. I have to hold this one like this though, so y'all know that shade right there is broken, but both of them look like side by side. And I'll show it up against Apocalypse too since it's here. Why not? But yeah, I'm gonna have to go through my collection and actually look for stuff like this. So don't expect any of this to come to probably like next weekend. So you'll be seeing the reel in the new year most likely. So here's Apocalypse alongside Aloha. That's what both of them look like. So now you've seen all of them. You've seen how much smaller they've made the palettes, which I know a lot of people were excited about, because a lot of people didn't like the fact that they were, you know, so big. Which I could understand, because sometimes I would irritate, like, dang, how am I supposed to store this giant ass palette, you know? But let me zoom in real quick and keep like. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'll probably do an eye, like 1 eye per palette to save time. If you're curious on my eyes right now, I got the 2 Up palette from Lethal from Klarity Kosmetics for like 40% off. So I went ahead and bought it there, and I put it with the Up the 1-Up palette. So that's what's going on with the eyes. So I have 1-Up and 2-Up palette on my eyes. And then I just took a blue pencil and put it on my waterline. So that's what the eyes are working right now. But I'm going to go off camera and figure out some eye looks for each one of these palettes. I'll come back and swatch on my hand. We're most likely going to use the shade that's Crumble just because I feel like it'd be a good inner corner or go on top of one of the like metallic shades that's already in there. So I'll swatch this one first since it's already on my hand and do this look. And then we'll end with Anaconda. And then we'll hear my thoughts on these palettes. Oh wait, there's one more thing. So I guess because it took them forever to ship my stuff, because I ordered Black Friday and I just got it like today. Like, what is it? Almost Christmas Eve. They went ahead and threw these in here. Now, I'm trying to figure out, are these supposed to be eyeliners or are these supposed to be lip liners? Because on the box, it doesn't say what they are. Oh, wait. No, it says Luxe lip liners. So, it was some interesting colors in here that was supposed to be lip liners. So, I was kind of confused because I pulled one out and it was like this really dark yellowy-ish color. And I was like, I would never wear this as a lip liner. But, okay. But, I mean, they were free. So, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I thought it was an interesting color. And it's a color I'm never going to use. But I'll show you which ones they are. I got one called Stuck Up. So this is like pinky-ish shade. Here. That's what it looks like. The next shade I got was Sweet Dream. Sweet Dreams. You know, like the Beyonce song, Sweet Dreams, like that. Was this the weird color? No. This is really ashy, like, looking beige shade, though. So, I might just throw these in a giveaway box for the future or whatever, because I don't see myself wearing any of them so far, just from what I saw. I saw one called Cocoa, so I might keep that one just to try it out and see how their formula is. Yeah, I'll just grab Cocoa right now. But I don't most likely see myself wearing these. Oh, no, see, Cocoa ain't even deep enough. It's like this weird reddish brown shade. So it's a little too warm tone for my personal liking. So I don't even see myself wearing this one. Okay. Then I got one called Fire Drill. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like a red most likely with that kind of name. But let's see. I'm trying to find, okay, I might keep this one. I'm trying to find one I can keep to like try out the formula and let you all know how I feel about it. That's it right there. So I might keep the shade Fire Drill. Just so it can be one that, you know, I can actually try out. Put that one to the side. Oh, the sleeves to these palettes look the same as the palette as usual. There's a shade Bourbon. Again, it's another warmish tone red. I'm not really into warm tonish, brownish red shades, so I don't see myself keeping this one either. But that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's just a little too warm for my liking. So this must be the weird shade I talked about in the beginning called Corally Yours. Did I miss one? Because there was one weirdly yellowish tone shade, and this don't sound like it should be it. I guess I missed it. I don't know. Maybe I accidentally left it at home because I had grabbed a few. So that's it. I'm going to get rid of that one too. So I'm only going to keep the red one just so I can try out the formula and see how they go. The rest of these will go in the giveaway for you all. But yeah. So they sent me all these free lip liners. Like I looked in there and it was just like a envelope at the very bottom of the thing with like 5 or 6 lip liners, and I was like, I didn't pay for this. What is this? Then I realized it was a free gift, and I was like, well, I mean, I should have obviously figured that out. But yeah, so now I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order, and figure out what look we're gonna do with this palette. So I'll be right back. Okay, girl? Okay, y'all, so this is what we're working with. So I feel like if you not new here, you knew I was gonna pick all the shades I did. So I picked all these. So this one we probably gonna put in the inner corner and put this on the lid. I don't know if we have to see because I want to put that green in the crease. So I might want the green to be like, you know, kind of have that baboom with the green in the crease and the green on the lid. And put this in the inner corner. So we just gonna have to wait to see, girl. I don't know. Anyway, so let's get into it. So I'm gonna start off with the shade called a Reptile. That's the light purple shade that you all saw. I feel like you knew that was my transition shade. You knew, I knew, we all knew. You know, we all knew it was fine. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just get to swiping. because, you know. Put this on. I think this is a really cute shade. I like when there's a shade like this in here, so that way I can have like a pastel-y like color, if you will. So I'm like, okay. So I went out tonight to put up a Christmas vlog or whatever, because I've been going to a couple of the pop-up bars here in Chicago for the holidays. So I went to this place called Frosty's tonight, and then the night before I went to this place called what's it called? I went to the Virgin Hotel Nutcracker thing that they had. The Frosty's one was way more lit and popping and fun than the one at the Virgin Hotel. They had like 3 rooms at the Virgin Hotel and like a little bar, and that was it. And it was cute, like, you know, I feel like it was for a little more mature crowd, whereas I feel like the Frosty's one was like just a whole bunch of different groups of people like coming out to have fun, have drinks, dance or whatever. And at Frosty's they weren't really, I mean at the Nutcracker thing, they weren't really doing that, so it was kind of boring. I hate to say. I stayed there for like an hour. Like the Frosty's place, like I had to make myself leave because I was there till like 9. I was like, look, you still got to go home and film to get your life in order. So it's like 11:30 now because I was trying to stay at Frosty's for so long because it was so much fun. Like people just partying and having a good time. So like the atmosphere there was definitely different than the other place I went to. So I was kind of just like, oh wait, no, I need to cut the crease with some concealer because we doing the green up here, and I don't want it to mess with the pastel we got going on. So hold please, why did you? I'm using a new eyeshadow primer though, which I feel like is a little thick. I don't know if it's because it's too old, so that's why it's so thick. I honestly don't know, but like it'd be difficult to like rub it across, so I might have to go back in a second time and get some more, because I'm telling y'all, she thick. Thick, like for real. She's just real thick and real disrespectful. I'm just over here like, look, I just want you to go on and stop being difficult. So I'm thinking I might have to throw this one away or just use it with like stuff when I don't have to do like layering and stuff like I'm doing now, because honey, y'all, I don't know if y'all can see that, but she's not giving much of anything, and she's kind of annoying me. But I remember liking this, but like I don't know if like once I started using it, I had to like use it up completely then, or else it would be like, you know, patchy or whatever, or would like dry up and get old, because like the other forms I use don't normally do that. They're quite watery, or at least have a decent amount of thickness, but aren't like this type of thick, because to me this is absurdly thick. Yes, I really just say absurdly thick when it came to my eyeshadow primer. I don't know, but anyway, let's get into this green shade now. It's called Unsinkable. Yes, I'm gonna pat that all in here real quick in cute light. I'm loving the tone of the shade. She's cute. She's real cute. She's cute. Pat it down nicely and then start trying to blend it out. Hopefully it doesn't look kind of chunky in the crease, because like I said, that eyeshadow primer I feel like it's a little chunky. So I actually got compliment on my makeup at this place too. The other place I didn't. The other place was like more chill though, so you could like talk to people or whatever. That one, like, it was like everybody just partying and having a good time, so it was like wasn't like any networking going on or being able to talk to anybody, because you know everybody was there with the people they knew and like dancing. Whereas like the first place I went to called Nutcracker at Virgin, it was like more like laid back, so like people were sitting around having conversations. You could still film and they still had like cute little things. They just didn't have as many areas, because the Frosty's place had like 3 floors of like dance floors or whatever. They all played the same music, but it was like just different areas for people to go to. Whereas this one place, they had like 2 or 3 places and that was it. So I wasn't really as big a fan of it. And it's like, well, if I had to do this again next year, then I would definitely be, you know, like doing more of the vlogging. I mean, I'd be going to Frosty's for sure. I'm gonna try to do like a little shorts like vlog kind of thing on, not shorts, a reel on Instagram about the places, because I didn't take like a whole bunch of video and stuff or whatever, because like jam packed when I went. So I guess if I had went earlier, maybe I'd been able to get better footage or whatever, or if I had gone during the week, like if I had gone on like a Thursday night, maybe it'd have been better. I don't know. I know one of my friends went. He has the same birthday as me, my Scorpio twin. He went because he posted about it on his what do you call it, on his Instagram. He did like a photo dump thing for IG. So I saw it because I recognized it when I was walking in. I'm like, oh, this is the place he filmed. I thought it was, but I wasn't 100% sure. So I was just like, oh, okay. But yeah, so I'm trying to make sure it's set down and looks nice to my liking. That's why I was sitting there blending the area so long, because of that new eyeshadow primer I was telling y'all about. I didn't want it to look patchy like anywhere. So I'm trying to make sure we got that blend nice and Right, that's why I was taking so long, sorry. Now onto the shade, what is it called? Suit of Armor. That's what the blue one's called. And now it looks like my little purple one is trying to like break too. And I'm like, ho. Hold, please, hold. Yeah, I definitely feel like I have colors like this. Because I feel like I remember making a look similar to this. Like with similar colors with another palette. So I just need to figure out what the hell palette it was. And when you have as many as I do, that's why I said y'all ain't gonna probably get this to the new year, child. Like, it's too much, girls, too much. I'm glad everybody's been liking the palette, what do you call them? The palette, comparisons. I actually checked to see if anybody else does them, and like nobody else does them, or maybe they just don't call them what I call them, which is palette comparisons, because I went to look at the shorts, and I looked it up just to see. And like, I only found myself, and I was like, oh, okay, so nobody else tells you that you don't have to buy all this stuff? Or do they just put it in the video and go on with their day? Because I thought that was weird. I'm like, I figured it'd be something that someone else would do, not just, you know, me. But I guess when you have codes and stuff, it's like easier for you to push the code as opposed to tell people other options and try to get people to buy more stuff. I don't know. And no, I'm not saying all influencers do that. I'm just saying I do find it interesting that like I literally make dedicated videos for the people who don't necessarily watch me to be able to like compare things to other things, so then that way they can, you know, have an idea. I was thinking about doing some of my older ones. I'm just taking the green and putting it back in the crease a little bit. But I was thinking about doing some of my older ones and putting them on. And then call them like archive palette comparisons for like, you know, older things that I just didn't do palette comparisons for. But I mean like as far as shorts go, because y'all know I always give y'all like palette comparisons videos. That's part of the reason why like the first few minutes of my videos are so long, because I used to put it in the video instead of just giving y'all the shorts. So I'm like, I was thinking about doing some of those like so you could just have a quick spot to go to instead of trying to find the video I did it in and like sit and watch, or fast forward the speed till it gets to that. But let me know if y'all interested in that, because if you're not, I definitely will not, girl, because honey, y'all know I always got some idea around in my head. So last thing I need to do is trying to come up with more ideas of more stuff to do when I don't necessarily like have the time. But I can make the time if it's something you want, but it's like I'm not gonna go out my way. Those is like, if don't nobody comment on this video if they interested in that who gonna do it? I got a video explaining all the stuff I want to do for next year as it is. So last thing I need to be doing is trying to add extra stuff. But you know, like I know people really like those and appreciate those. So it's like if you want me to do them, I can. Like on the weekends when I'm filming my other shorts that I'm gonna try to film for Sunday through Tuesday, then you know I will. But you know, I'm not about to just go ahead and do it and film it and take that extra time when it might not be something you care about. Because, you know, when they older palettes, you usually have bought it if you wanted it, or didn't buy it if you didn't want to, or whatever. So, I mean, when it's like super old. And I'm talking about like from when I started doing that in 2020. Because I'm pretty sure I started doing that in 2020 when like the pandemic hit and we were all stuck inside and money wasn't right and all that type of stuff. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure that's when I started doing them. So that's why I'm like, that would be like, you know, if we going on like 4 years, like, do you really want to see palettes from 4 years? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you, girl. I don't know. Oh, yeah, the sparkle is breaking up, honey, because I just found some on my pants. And it was from, like, that other purple shade or something I put in the, on the lid. But I decided to change my mind. I want to put this one on the lid instead. Yes, okay. So I'm going to just use the, that shade for the inner corner, because sometimes y'all know I switch it up and put the more pigmented shade in the inner corner, and I just darken up the outer V to give us more, you know, depth toward the back of the eye, as opposed to having to use the darker shade on the lid and then put this in the front and all that stuff. So try to do a little switch up, not too much, because like I said, it's 11 something night, girl. I still gotta drive home, wash this off, and then try to edit this video at work tomorrow night, so then that way it can go up on Christmas Day, because on Christmas Eve I got the battle of the both the, what do you call them, both the Freddy Krueger palettes up against the other stuff that you all said you wanted to see. So I was like, we'll put that on Christmas Eve. I know, right? Halloween on Christmas Eve, I know. Leave me alone. Oh, so the shimmer shade is called Fervorlicious, and I'm just taking the blue that we used, and like I told you, I'll be deepening back up the outer V. Making that work out, but So next part of this video, we're gonna talk about something I've been hearing about for a while, and I want to hear y'all thoughts on it, because I'm like, I have thoughts too, and you know, I feel like I have the thoughts of the average woman when it comes to this, but I just want to hear what, like, you know, the other women have to say about it, basically. So look at that, girl. Yes, that looks stunning on the lid. How you doing? Let's get into this inner corner action real quick though. So we're gonna take the shade, what is it, Marigana, and pop this in the inner corner. And I'm thinking we're gonna put the purple eyeliner on for this look, girl, because maybe I got blue in the waterline. So I'm gonna refresh the blue that's in the waterline though, because I actually think I have a blue pencil here as well. So we're just gonna refresh that a little bit. It might not be the exact same color blue, but the girl is gonna be blue. So I got this one from Essence. Let's just refresh it real quick right now. I think this one's a little brighter from what I remember. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and put the purple eyeliner on, then I'm gonna go off camera and swatch the new palette. Okay, okay, y'all. So I'm thinking this is what we're working with. So I'm thinking I want this lighter pink shade toward the front, this purplish shimmer toward the back, because I'm gonna have this purple as our outer V. Of course, this is our crease, this is our transition shade, and then this will probably be the inner corner. This is that minty looking shade. So we're doing more traditional V eye looks, but you know, that's what I like. I put on the eyeliner Grow On from Adept Cosmetics. It's one of their you know, multi-chromes or dual chrome eyeliners, because I decided I wanted that instead. I felt like it popped nicely with the colors that are on my eyes. So that's what we're working with here. Okay, so let's get into this eye. Wait, this, hold up. So I'm using two of the same brush sets, so I'm like, let me figure out which one is for this time. Hold it, please, because I'm trying to figure out which brush I would use the shimmer on. Okay, so this one has shimmers on it, so what's that? Okay, sorry, I had to get my life in order. So we're gonna start with that light corally pink shade called Python. And yes, it literally does say Python, not thong. So I feel like this would be a nice soft peachy shade. Sorry about the music blasting, people drive down the street, kind of can't control that. But yeah, so I'm just trying to, like, you know, I'm working with these colors. I'm really liking this tone in particular. I think it's gorgeous. And y'all already know I'm gonna go ahead and cut with that eyeshadow primer. So we've seen it for a good 5-6 minutes trying to blend that part out, just because I want to make sure it's nice and blended. Why did you use leather eyeshadow primer? Look, I used what was already in front of me. Who was digging for another one, especially because, you know, I'm gonna have to use this one eventually anyway, so I'm like, I might as well just get used to using it. Pay for it, it's here, I'm here, everyone's here. So, you know, just gonna have to suffer through, girl. You're gonna have to suffer through right with me. I will not be alone suffering in this foolishness, okay? All because this formula is so damn thick. But anyway, so I guess I'll start talking about what I want to talk about while I'm like blending this out for 20 minutes. So the Simone Biles situation, I heard a lot of people saying that they felt like her husband like disrespected her, and it was like bogus to what he said. So they say he went on some podcast. I didn't even know who her husband was. I hear a lot of people don't know who he is though, not to be mean, but it's like they say he like plays for Green Bay Packers or something, and he's like, you know, he only gets the opportunities he gets because of her or whatever, because they say he's always like injured and stuff has happened to him. I don't know. I don't know anything about football, so I don't know. I'm just telling you what I've been told, or I have been hearing around these internets. Or sorry, like people say around Beyonce's internet. So, we're going to use For Goodness Snake. That's the shade we're transitioning here. But yeah, so I've been hearing people saying he was disrespecting her on some podcast by saying like she chased him down and she came to see him and she swiped on him and she added him to social media and slid in his DM and all this other stuff, and she didn't let him basically like pursue her, and he was trying to imply that like she wasn't his type of girl and he wouldn't like pursued her if she had pursued him, and then he tried to pretend like he didn't know her. But they say everybody clocked his ass about trying to pretend like he didn't know who she was, because like he following the women's gymnastics team in 2012. But it's like, she wasn't even on the team yet. So that means you have been following the team for a while, but you're trying to pretend like you don't know who Simone Biles is. Aside from the fact, like, she had way more followers than you, because they say she had 7 million. He only got 200 and something thousand. So it was like, who you thought she was pretending with? Like, you don't know who Simone Biles is. Everybody knows who the fuck Simone Biles is. My 14-year-old son knows who Simone Biles is, and he could care less about gymnastics. But everybody knows who Simone Biles is. But your ass trying to sit there talking about trying to pretend like you don't know who she is. Child. Ooh, honey, he tried it. Honey, he tried it. From what I heard, he tried it. No, but so I'm just kind of like, So I thought that was kind of bogus, like trying to act like you didn't want your significant other. Because if you didn't want it, why you asked to marry you? Like, if you didn't want her, what are you wasting this woman's time for? She could have found some man who did want her. So if you did not want her, what did you waste your time and bothering her for? Like, or going along with it, as you call it. Because it's like, you're a grown man. If you don't want to go along with something, you easily know how not to go along with something. So why are you trying to pretend like you just went along because this isn't that? You went along with it for some reason. Like, you just not telling us what it is and trying to pretend like, you know, you didn't know who she was and all that just ain't it. So, I don't know, y'all. I don't know how y'all feel about it, though. This is the shade We Have Hissues. You know, like hissing of a snake. Cute. Yeah, so I'm just over here looking like, look, dude. Stop. Talking about your wife like that. And it was like the dudes that were on the podcast. I heard some people saying the dudes on the podcast, they felt like defended her more than her husband did. When he was talking about, you know, he didn't know who she was or whatever and was trying to pretend and all that. I don't know. I haven't actually listened to it. It's just like certain people I watch have been talking about it. So I want to hear y'all thoughts on it. And no, have you actually listened to the podcast thing or whatever, heard what it is they said he said about her? Because I hear people been tearing him down all over the internet and calling him Mr. Biles and all that, and saying they didn't know who he was and she put him on. He needs to stop pretending like he the important one in the relationship when everybody knows like she's like the one who makes the most and is the most well known and all that. And the only reason people even know who he is because he's with Simone Biles. So I'm like, I figured it was one of those things where it's like, you know, he feels emasculated because his wife has so much more accomplishments and so many more things going for her than he does. So he had the chance to be like, well, I had this over her, like, you know, like, she wanted me, I didn't chase her and I didn't want her or whatever, to make himself seem like more than what he was or whatever. But it's like, dude, everybody still knows you as Simone Biles' husband. Like, getting mad and doing that for a few minutes doesn't change the fact that she's still gonna be more accomplished once you're done doing that. She's still gonna have all the opportunities she had prior to you doing that. So it's like, if those 5 seconds made you feel better, then okay. But it doesn't change the fact that she's Simone Biles and you're just her husband to the majority of people, because everybody knows who she is. Now, people that watch football might know who you are. But to the average person who watches gymnastics, I'm sure they most likely don't know who you are. So it's like, you did that to make yourself feel better because you don't like the fact that she makes more and has more accomplishments or whatever, because, you know, that's how men are, I'm told. But it's like, that doesn't change that, you know, she did, you know, have all those accomplishments, and is still going to have all those accomplishments. Is the most decorated, like, gymnast ever, and they have named, like, you know, routines after her, and, you know, certain steps that you do in gymnastics after her, and she has all these decorated medals or whatever. But you'll be talking about you got chased. Like, okay, I think it's sad that that's your exciting accomplishment in life, that I got chased by a celebrity. Viper tears, I mean, like, I see if he was a woman, then I'd understand it more. Ooh, yes, look at that. I'd understand him more being excited about that. But it's like, you a dude and you bragging about some woman chasing you, like that's your biggest accomplishment in life. Shouldn't your football career be your biggest accomplishment in life? Shouldn't it be landing, you know, your wife, since you agreed to marry this woman, be one of your accomplishments in life? Not bragging about how she drove 45 minutes to come meet you and making it seem like you were unbothered and didn't know who she was and wasn't really going to be bothered with her, and she kept like pursuing you and all that. And my whole thing is like, why would you tell people that? Like, if you really held a husband and loved her and cared about her and changed your mind about the situation, what was the purpose of bringing it up? I'm just trying to figure out, because if you really love and care about her, what is the purpose of bringing it up? Erectile dysfunction? Ha! Nice. It's what we're going to put on the front. But I'm like, I'm just trying to understand, y'all. What was the purpose of bringing it up? Was it just to make him feel better for that moment? Because, you know, he was getting the attention for once instead of her always getting the attention and him just being her, like, +1? Because, I don't know. In my mind, that's very much what it's given. The fact that nobody knew who you were till you got with Simone. And now it's, oh, she chased me. Oh, she this, she that. Because, you know, you getting your 5 minutes of fame for once. It's like she gets fame all the time and still acknowledges you and all these other things. And puts you on this pedestal, but you can't do the same for her in return and just give her that respect. Even if that's how you felt, you didn't need to tell the world that. Like, we keep some things to ourselves, and that's something that you should have kept to yourself. Not told the world that you didn't find your wife attractive by any means. Like, who the hell does that? This fool, Ladson. So I'm going to take the shade I Kiss You a Lot. Sorry, I Hiss You a Lot. Put that in the inner corner because that was the one I told y'all is just really super extra and special and I had to use. Ooh, yes, honey. Yes, it's giving I'm living. I'm definitely more in love with this eye than with the other one, but it's definitely giving me the vibes of the Lily palette now for sure. So, it's definitely giving me Lily palette vibes. 100%. So, I'm going to go off camera, put some eyeliner on, put some more mascara on because the battery's flashing anyway. I was praying I could get through this part, but y'all gonna tell me what you think down below of what I just talked about because to me that's what it was very much giving. But I just want to hear somebody else's opinion, make sure I'm not crazy. Like, because to me you just giving that you big mad because she got more going than you got going. So that was your one chance to have something up and, you know, make it seem like you was, you know, really out here doing it or whatever. But I'll be right back and we can talk about what's going on with this, not the foolishness and tomfoolery with this man. Okay, y'all, so these eyes that we working with, I must say, I am impressed. I like both of them. Now, some of the shades, when you swatch them, they feel a little gritty. So just, if you're a person who swatches your shadows, or like content or whatever, just keep in mind, they're going to feel gritty. They're going to perform fine, like when you blend them out or whatever, but they do swatch gritty. I noticed that in this palette right here. The light purple swatched gritty. A good majority of the matte shades that I put on my hand to show you all the swatches swatched gritty. And I hope yours don't come broken like mine. Again, like I told you, you can use my girl Dr. Ash's code. She has a code with Klarity Kosmetics. So you can use Ashley's code to purchase your Klarity Kosmetics products. But I would definitely say I like Anaconda better. But I like the Lily palette a lot too. And it reminds me of that. So I think that's why I kind of gravitate toward this one better. Because this is kind of like a similar eye I would make with that palette. But that's not to say I don't like this palette. I just feel like I would like it better when I pair both of these together instead of necessarily this one on its own. Or maybe I just need to do a different eye look because to me the purple is looking a little powdery and isn't giving as much of like the brightness that I was hoping it would give. On this side it's giving a little more white cast ashes type thing, and I'm necessarily not feeling that vibe at this point in time. So if I have to pick one, I definitely pick the Anaconda. I think the Anaconda is the one that's sold out though, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me, my phone is over there and we're too lazy to get up. Thank you so much. But I'm pretty sure the Anaconda was the one was $54 and I think the small one was $48. But if I remember correctly, like I said, one of them sold out. And now that I think about it, I think it was the small one that ended up selling out. They ended up going 35% off after I had bought mine on Black Friday, which I was kind of annoyed by, especially since it didn't show up till like today anyway. I could have just bought it on Black Friday. I mean, I could have bought it like recently at the cheaper price and just waited till next year to get the video up, since it wasn't like it went in the ranking or anywhere else anyway. So I'm kind of irritated by that, but you know, whatever. It got here, we got the video done, that's what counts. Use code Dr. Ash. No, but I ended up putting on my what is it, Sector 001. Y'all know that's my favorite eyeliner from Adept. Like, if I recommend anything from them besides their eyeshadow palettes, it's definitely their eyeliners. They're giving I'm living, I'm obsessed. I have one on both eyes like I told you all. But yeah, I like both the palettes. If I picked one over the other one, I would have picked the Anaconda one though, just because I feel like it gives you more shadows. And I'm hoping you can take the shadows out and rearrange them, because I kind of want to buy the smaller version of the Lily palette and add some of the shades that are in there into that palette to give it more of like a gardeny, pastel-y like feel, as opposed to what I feel like it has going on now, which is like leaning a little bit more purple heavy, which y'all know I don't have any problems with purple, but it's just like I feel like the Lily palette inside that one would just make the perfect combination. So I'm going to try to see if they're magnetic and take mine out and try to do a little palette reorganization if at all possible. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the palette. I like both of them. I just like the Anaconda a little bit better because of the color story, and I feel like the purple was a little disappointing me for what I wanted tonight. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, y'all are diamonds. Let me know what you thought about the Simone Biles situation down below, because I definitely feel like her husband was doing too much. Honey, we don't even know who you are. That's why people call you Mr. Biles. I ain't even trying to be rude, but like, you know, we don't know who you are. We know who Simone is, even though you want to act like you didn't. but we know who she is. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you subscribe and be blessed, girl. Bye.